Welcome to all to this 36th session on banking law and operations. In this session, another mode of lending facility by a banker, that is letters of credit, will be discussed in detail. A letter of credit, also known as documentary credit, ಸಾಲಪತ್ರ ಅಥವಾ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್, ಪತ್ರಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ, ಒಂದು ಭದ್ರತಾ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಭದ್ರತಾ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿನಿಮಯ ಪತ್ರಗಳೇ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ at one place to one or more of his branches or correspondent banks situated in other places. Either such banks may be situated within the country or outside, directing them to make payment up to the amount indicated therein to a person named therein. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಸ್ಥರು ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರವಾಸಿಗರಾಗಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಹೊತ್ತೊಯ್ಯುವುದು ಕಷ್ಟಕರವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ ಹಣದ ಜಮೆಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಯಾವ ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ನ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿನಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಅವರು ವ್ಯವಹರಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಇತರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕುಗಳ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿನಿಂದ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಆ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡೆಯುವಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲದ ಪತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸಾಲ ಪತ್ರ ಹಣವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರಾಹಕನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಟು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆ ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ದೂರದ ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಸಾಲದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಲು ಸಹ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ಗಳು ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಅಂಥದನ್ನ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲರ್ಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಬಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆನ್ ಬಿಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟರ್ ಟು ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟರ್. The primary aim of the letter of credit is to see that credit to be extended to a person on the promise of a bank acting as paymaster, acting as the guarantor to the party extending the credit. ಸಾಲವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಹೊರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರ ಪರವಾಗಿ? ತನ್ನ ಗ್ರಾಹಕನ ಪರವಾಗಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈಡ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಇನ್ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್. The Dictionary of Banking defines letter of credit as follows. Banking in a dictionary ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. A letter of credit is a document issued by a banker authorizing some other banker or bankers to whom it is addressed to honor the checks of a person named therein to the extent of a certain amount. ಆ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿರುವಂತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಸಾಲವಾಗಿ ನೀಡಲು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಆದೇಶ ನೀಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನ ನೀಡಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಪತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ the bank issuing the letter of credit is called grantor or issuing bank or opening bank. The person to whom it is issued is called grantee or beneficiary. Grantee or beneficiary. The person at whose request it is issued is called opener of credit or applicant, and the bank to whom it is addressed and which pays the amount is called negotiating bank or paying bank. For example, a person, for example, a traveling person, a tourist, traveling abroad and wishing to obtain credit or cash in a foreign country where he is not known, he is unaware of the situation in the foreign country, finds it highly impossible to obtain credit or cash merely on his personal security. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಾಲವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಅಥವಾ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವುದು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ he is in possession of this type of letter of credit, which is nothing but a banker's promise, banker's guarantee to reimburse, marupavati, such amount to his agent or correspondent bank on the advances to the holder of the letter of credit, the traveler finds it very easy to obtain cash or credit in a foreign country with the help of this note, that is letter of credit. One more example we can take in case of foreign exchange or international trade. When an exporter in a country is not personally acquainted with the importer, is personally known to the importer in a foreign country, the exporter may not be in a position to draw a bill of exchange on the importer because he don't know what is the credibility, creditworthiness of importer. He is hesitating to draw a bill of exchange on the importer after dispatching the goods as per importer's order. In such a case, the exporter will have to suffer heavy losses if the importer fails to accept the bill or fails to make the payment for the bill. So, to safeguard his interests, generally an exporter asks the importer to arrange a commercial letter of credit from his bank, that is importer's bank. Exporter asks for a document issued by the bank as guarantee to his amount, and on the basis of the commercial letter of credit, the exporter exports the goods to the foreign importer. So in such a case, the importer is enabled to import goods on the credit on the basis of commercial letter of credit issued by his banker. So in such a case, letter of credits are of much help to enact foreign trade. Thus, a letter of credit works as a commercial instrument of assured payment and is widely used in the business for its various advantages. It is an instrument by which a bank undertakes to make payment to a seller on production of documents stipulated in the credit. The credit specifies as to when payment is to be made, which may be either when the documents are presented to the paying banker or at some future date, depending upon the terms stipulated in the credit. The International Chamber of Commerce, ICC, in the Uniform Custom and Practice for Documentary Credit, UCPDC, defines letter of credit as an arrangement, however named or described, whereby a bank, that is the issuing bank, acting at the request and on instructions of the customer, that is the applicant, or on its own behalf. There are 3 points here. A is to make a payment to or to the order of a third party, the beneficiary, or is to accept bill of exchange drawn by the beneficiary. Point B, authorized another bank to effect such payments or to accept and pay such bill of exchange, and authorized another bank to negotiate against stipulated documents provided that the terms are complied with. So as I told you, these are all documentary credit, and provided in case of trade, foreign trade, etc. Normally the documents, stipulated documents have to be pledged as security for obtaining credit facility. If such documents are provided as per the terms and conditions of the loan, then the payee banker will sanction the loan. A key principle underlying letters of credit is that banks deal only in documents and not in goods. The decision to pay under a letter of credit will be based entirely on whether the documents prescribed to the bank appear on their face to be in accordance with the terms and conditions of the letter of credit. Broadly, there are two types of letters of credit. One is traveler's letter of credit or personal letter of credit, we can call it as. Then commercial letters of credit used in commercial transactions. Let us first take up traveler's letter of credit or personal letters of credit. Traveler's letters of credit are issued by the commercial banks for the benefit of travelers. They save a lot of time and risk of traveling with a huge amount of cash. This was already told. Such letters of credit can be obtained either for traveling within the country or outside. A traveler's letter of credit may be a specially advised letter of credit or a circular letter of credit. ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರವಾಸಿಗರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಳದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರವಾಸ ಕೈಗೊಂಡಾಗ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಹೊತ್ತೊಯ್ಯುವುದು ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇದು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ನೀಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಾಲಪತ್ರ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರವಾಸಿಗ ಹಣವನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಿ ಆ ಹಣಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಪಡೆದಿರುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಹೋಗುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಆ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನಿಂದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. So a traveler's letter of credit may be a specially advised letter of credit or a circular letter of credit. What are those? If the letter of credit is addressed to a particular branch or a particular agent or a particular correspondent bank, it is known as specially advised letter of credit. ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಇಂತಹ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರು ಅಥವಾ ಇಂತಹ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿನ ಮೇಲೇನೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದು ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಪಡೆದು ನಂತರ ಆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರವಾಸಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ತಯಾರಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಲಪತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಇಫ್ the letter of credit is addressed to a number of branches, or the customer can withdraw that money mentioned in that letter of credit from any banker, which is called as circular letter of credit. Essential characteristics of a traveler's letter of credit. The following are such features. A traveler's letter of credit is issued by a bank either on its own branch or on its own branches or any other correspondent bank or banks situated either within the country or in a foreign country. In any countries, for example, for clarity. Then the letter of credit contains a request by the issuing bank to its branches. It is not an order. It is a request by the issuing bank to its branches or correspondent banks to make payment to the person named therein up to a specified limit, specified amount. Next characteristic is the issuing bank also issues letter of identification. So because when the person holding that letter of credit visits another branch in another place, that accepting banker, negotiating banker must identify the person. So therefore he needs an identification. So therefore the issuing bank also issues a letter of identification or indication to the holder of the letter of credit containing the signatures of the holder duly attested by the bank. ದೃಢೀಕರಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಗುರುತನ್ನು ದೃಢೀಕರಿಸಿ ನೀಡಲಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರ ಕಳೆದು ಹೋದರೆ, ಕದ್ರೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಕದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಹಣ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಅನುಮಾನ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಅದರ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಧೀನಕರ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಗುರುತನ್ನ ದೃಢೀಕರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ನೀಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. The holder should keep the letter of identification or indication separately from the letter of credit in order to minimize the fraud, chances of fraud, theft, etc. in the event of loss of either of the two certificates, letter of credit or identification letter. So he should not keep both of them at one place. He must keep them separately. ಒಂದು ಕಳೆದೋದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನ ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸಿದಾರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಿಗದೇ ಇರಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇಡಬಾರ್ದು. Next feature of traveler's letter of credit is the bank issues a letter of credit to its customer who deposits with the bank a sum of money equivalent to the amount mentioned in the letter of credit. So ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ letter of credit, traveler's letter of credit will be issued to the customer who deposits in advance with the bank a sum of money equivalent to the amount mentioned in the letter of credit. ಅವನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹಣ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಹಣದ ಒಂದು ವಿತ್ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ತನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕನ ಹತ್ರ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಸಂದಾಯ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಥರೈಸಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಟು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಆರ್ provides guarantee that the amount received by him under letter of credit will be paid back by him with interest to the bank. Such a letter of credit is known as guarantee letter of credit. ಹಣವನ್ನು ಮೊದಲೇ ಕಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನ ಅವನ ಖಾತೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಖಾತೆಗೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಹಾಕಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಅಥವಾ ಹಣ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯಲು ಸಾಲದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲರ್ಸ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಯನ್ನ ನೀಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಒಂದು ಸಾಲದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡಿತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗಿದೆ. Fifth feature of traveler's letter of credit is reimbursement drafts are enclosed with the letter of credit. The holder has to give these drafts to the paying banker, correspondent bankers. The paying banks, on the basis of such reimbursement drafts, claim reimbursement from the issuing bank. So, ಅವರು ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದನ್ನ ಮರುಪಾವತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಮರುಪಾವತಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅಧಿಕಾರದ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಹೊಂದಿರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Sixth feature says each of the paying banks records the amount paid by it to the holder of letter of credit on the back of the letter in the specified space. This will help the holder to find out the amount so far received and the balance still to be received. If the customer is willing to draw in installments the amount mentioned in that letter of credit in various places, if he is visiting different places, he withdraws that money in installments. In such a case, each bank has to mention the amount withdrawn by the customer at each place, so that the holder will come to know how much amount he has utilized and how much amount still he has as credit. Then second type of letter of credit is commercial letter of credit. It is basically used by commercial people, traders, businessmen, etc. A commercial letter of credit is a letter of credit issued by a bank in the importer's country, normally, at the request of the importer, addressed to its own branch or correspondent bank in the exporter's country, directing the latter, that is the exporting country's bank, to accept or pay the bill of exchange drawn by the exporter up to the amount specified therein. So here need not be exporter importer. One person of a person who is supplying goods situated in, for example, Karnataka, he is supplying goods to somebody else in Delhi. Then also letter of credit can be utilized. Need not be the persons must stay in other different countries. The use of commercial letters of credit is the most common method of financing the foreign trade of a country. In a foreign trade, exporters and importers do not know each other. We all know this. Neither the importer of one country is willing to send money in advance to the exporter of another country without getting the goods imported, nor is the exporter willing to part with his goods without the assurance of somebody about the payment of the export bill. ಹಣ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಯಾರು ರಫ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು ರಫ್ತು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೇಟು ಹೊಡಿತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಆಮದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿರೋನು ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೇಟು ಹಾಕ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಗ ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರ ನಡುವೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೇರ್ಕೋತಾನೆ ಬೈ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀಡುವುದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ. The problem is solved by mediation of banks by the use of commercial letters of credit. Both exporter and importer have great belief in the banks. So this is very much essential. They must have belief in the banks. Then only this letter of credit will work out. The primary aim of the commercial letter is to enable the exporter to draw his bill of exchange, not upon the importer but upon the importer's bank. Such a letter of credit consists of a promise by a banker of the importer's country that he will honor the bill drawn by the exporter of goods of another country for the goods supplied by him to the importer. So that is the beauty of commercial letter of credit. Then coming to the advantages of commercial letters of credit. The main advantages of commercial letters of credit to the exporters are: a letter of credit gives the exporter an absolute assurance that the bill of exchange drawn by him under the letter of credit will be honored. He will get assurance that he will get back his money for exporting the goods to that unknown importer staying in another country or staying in another state of the same country. The letter of credit enables the exporter to realize the amount of the bill immediately by negotiating with any banker. So he can get back his money. Then on the strength of the letter of credit, the exporter can secure advance from a bank for the purpose of procuring or processing the goods to be exported. ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಹಣ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ನ ಒಂದು ಆಧಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಂತರ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ರಫ್ತು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅವನು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ನಿಂದಾಗಿ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಫ್ತುದಾರನಿಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ money before starting his production process of such goods, and then purchasing or preparing in all respects, he can produce, process such goods and export them to the importer. Okay. The main advantages of commercial letters of credit to the importers are: a letter of credit enables the importer to import goods on credit on the strength of the credit of issuing banker. So issuing banker will act as guarantor to the importer. So he assures that if he assures the exporter that if the importer is unable to pay, he will pay on behalf of importer by issuing letters of credit. Therefore, in such a case, it enables letter of credit brings a confidence in importer to import goods on credit on the strength of the credit of the issuing banker. Then next advantage to the importer is a bill of exchange drawn under a documentary letter of credit will be honored by the banker only when the bill is drawn strictly in accordance with the terms and conditions laid down in the letter of credit, and the documents required therein are duly enclosed. That means the letter of credit gives an assurance to the importer that the required shipping, required supply of documents are duly enclosed by the exporter. So, in case of letter of credit, importers will get the guarantee of supply of such goods because the documents required will be supplied along with, shipped along with letters of credit by the banker who is giving such letters of credit. So that assurance he will get. The goods will be duly supplied and related documents will also be supplied to the importer. So these are some of the advantages of letters of credit. So for further reading, you may go in for studying different types of letters of credit. There are various types of letters of commercial letters of credit. You can also understand them by reading reference books. I am stopping this session here. I hope this is enough for your examination point of view and as per syllabus. So for reference, you can read these books for further reading. Thank you. We shall meet in the next session.